Dubai Airports has said that Concourse D has been designed with the customer at its heart. What will that mean in practice, and how are you planning to become not only bigger as an airport but also better?
Well, we started with a complete new sheet of paper and basically said, what would it take for us to create something that actually combines the best of all the individual things that we do, but bring them together into an offer that actually makes the customer feel great about the experience, want to actually spend more money with us, and actually go away from the airport, whether arriving or departing, thinking actually they did a pretty good job there. So we wanted to put the customer at the heart of that design and actually let the research that we'd done with our customers drive the entire design of retail, food and beverage, the whole passenger layouts, the gate lounges, everything was designed with that from that particular perspective.
Obviously this development and the ones you have to come are about the consumer and the experience, but they're also about capacity. Maybe just tell us where this raises capacity to and what the sort of longer term goals are in terms of expansion at Dubai.
When we launched SP 2020, which was our way of saying how we were going to optimize the space at DXB back in 2010, what we actually said we wanted to do was create 90 million passenger capacity in terms of infrastructure by 2020. Right. What we're actually now seeing is a stretch on that, and recently we've designed a solution for DXB that will give us a capacity of 118 million by 2023. Now, considering we have no more space on which to build, and Concourse D represents the last significant infrastructure investment that we can make, there really is nowhere to go in terms of building things. And then we hit on the idea that actually the most customer-centric thing we can really do is respect people's time. People do not want to spend excess amounts of time going through security processes, checking in, dealing with their baggage, having their passport inspected. And if you think about it logically, from an airport operations perspective, it's much better to speed customers through your facility, because the same facility can produce double the capacity if you can increase the flow rate. So we've set ourselves a massive task of getting from our current 85.5 million passengers that we project by the end of 2016 to 118 million by 2023. And that will be achieved purely by process development, deployment of technology, significant improvements in the speed of processing of security and passport control, for example, and increasingly either getting rid of processes or taking them off airport completely for check-in and baggage. So a number of things to go at there to increase the capacity to that magic 118 million number by 2023. Then, of course, beyond that, we've got a whole different ball game. DWC Phase 2, that will be an initial capacity by 2025 of 120 million, and that will enable the Emirates hub to move over to DWC and give us a modular expansion strategy beyond that with some fairly simple concepts. And that again, really designed around passenger convenience, minimizing walking distances, optimizing the connectivity between flights. And the maximum capacity of that is scalable up to a mind-blowing total of 240 million people per year.
Okay, well that partly answers the next question, which was really how you see Dubai's place in the aviation world now and where you're going to move it to over the next 5 to 10 years.
Well, we're already number one in terms of international traffic. We've recently slid into the number 3 slot behind Beijing and Atlanta for absolute passenger traffic. So we're already there in terms of some of the superlatives. And the interesting thing is when we open DWC in 2025, the next major expansion of DWC, we will be at that 120 million mark. So what will overtake DXB as the world's number 1 airport will be the second airport in Dubai, which is quite a phenomenon if you think about it.
Yeah.
And the watchwords for DWC Phase 2 are very much modular expansion, passenger centricity, all of those things that we're trialling here at DXB over the next few years, we expect to be able to adopt as the baseline design for DWC Phase 2.
Dubai Airports has come on a a journey itself since 2007, 2008. How far have you come on the journey in terms of where you want to be as an organisation as well? And what does this development, Concourse D, say about how far you've come as a company?
Well, what we're really trying to do is not just base our reputation on volume. Quite honestly, the quality of what we're delivering is the thing that really has the emotional content, if you like. And what we're striving for is delivering on our promises and our commitment to quality. And we are really trying very, very hard to improve our passenger satisfaction scores. We're surveying our passengers much more regularly and in much more depth than we were before. And the idea is to respond by developing all of our product and services to provide that seamless passenger reputation that we'd like to get to, of being the world's #1 airport, not just for volume, but for service quality as well.
Ultimately, how do you want travellers to view Dubai International and their experience here?
What I really would like our customers to go away from the airport with, whether they're arriving or departing, is with a really positive feeling, a sort of emotional response that is positive. So they think they've had a great experience. For some, air travel can be quite a daunting experience, particularly if you're not very used to the processes involved. So we want to take those processes and make them incredibly friendly. That is, those, of course, that we don't manage to eliminate altogether, to make flying fun again. I'm a great romantic at heart. I love the idea of air travel being a human enabler, of bringing families together, of reuniting people and bringing whole societies together. We talk about the global village. Social contact is still going to be an immense part of the way human society works. And I think in the aviation industry, particularly the airport industry, we've got a duty of care to make that whole process enjoyable again.